inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, station uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring.
Hello, good morning and welcome once again to Morning Star Breakfast Show. I am David Eric reaching out to you from Star Cross Television. How are you doing from the comfort of your zone? It's wonderful out here in the city of Calabar and we're doing very great and very fine. That means me to see we're experiencing Hamazan in January. I don't know why, but it's the Lord's doing. Once again, good morning and welcome to Star Cross Television Morning Star Breakfast Show. And I am here with my wonderful, beautiful and exciting missing ribs who have already found them. Yes, 2 ribs precisely. Sitting very close to me, I have a very wonderful, beautiful and fabulous human being. Her name is Peace Smith. Good morning, Sister Peace Smith. Sister Peace Smith, what's going on? All right, we'll get to find out what's going on. Sister Peace Smith. Silent Friday.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to say something?
To you. Yeah.
All right.
I have to. Sorry about my voice.
Yeah,
I don't know what Eric gave
She's
to me yesterday. And it took the voice. Good morning to you, Sister Ruth. Good morning to you, Bro David Eric. Yeah, I was trying to, buy into the fun, the fun aspect of my voice. Yeah, good morning to your wonderful audience. Please manage me like this for today. And thank you for joining us on Morning Star Breakfast Show. And we sincerely apologize for coming to you late.
All right. Thank you so much, Sister Peace Smith. She just gave me a wonderful allegation, and I know Sister Rose Obu, who is authentic, will be
She's
able
the
to
attorney now, right?
vindicate me out of this, because this is a live TV and you are giving me a very special allegation. But we tell you, Father, yes, very close to her, we have a very wonderful, beautiful, exceptional sister, authentic Ruth. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Morning. Thank you so much. I'm fine. Good morning to you, Sister Peace Smith, and to you, our beloved audience. Good morning to the cinematographers. Good morning to you all. I welcome you. Now, I have this to say. Today is Friday, and we keep it real.
Yes.
There is no space for delayers or something. Not like delayers. No space to not be true on this set. Today we are keeping it 100. So I have this to say, it is Friday. Do not seek for validation. Do not seek for people's opinion to be able to do you. Be you. Be you. Do not, if you do this, you are never you. And you will not be able to do some things because you'll be thinking, what would this person think about me? If I do this, what would people say? It means you don't want to grow. You're still in a circle. So it's time for you to break free from that circle. Be you. And have this at the back of your mind. No matter what you do, people will talk about you. Whether you do good, you do bad, people are there to criticize you. Some people are there to support you, to tell you, yeah, you go, girl. You go, my friend. So do you. The success is what people are waiting for. Once you hit the success button, everybody will come out to congratulate you.
Definitely.
Even then, you will still have people saying, she shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have do that. Sorry, he should not have done that. He should not have done, So please, do you. Do not follow. Don't wait for people to say, yes, you're right, you're wrong. Stand up now and start doing you. As far as God gives you, go ahead, please. Do it. If it gives you, like, you stay and God speaks to you, this is what I want you to do, then forget about what people say. You will surely succeed if God has okayed it. Thank you for joining us. My name is Ruth Obu.
All right, thank you so much, Sister Ruth Obu. Now, let's be realistic. Today is Friday, and normally we're supposed to be having a very wonderful time. What are your plans for this weekend? When last did you have a family gathering? I'm not meaning your own family. Like, this is us. I'm supposed to be having Sister Ruth.
She's feeling attacked.
And Sister, no. I'm supposed to be having Sister P say, oh, this Friday I want to make jollof rice. Yeah, jollof rice is one of the best rice in Africa, most especially Nigeria. I want to make jollof rice with chunks, salad, and so on. We are saying love. Reality check. Remember, you told us this week that we have to be working on reality check. So when last, you said that you were with me yesterday. God knows you were not with me. Now I am officially saying that you should invite me. Prepare a wonderful jollof rice. Invite me and Sister Ruth to come and be partakers. Let love continue. What do you say to that?
I actually decided not to talk much on the set today because I know even before coming to the screen, Erica's and Ruth were already saying what happened to your voice, and I love that. Anyways, talking about family gathering like this, for now, I think I'm more or less not gonna be inviting anyone for now.
I know why. Because it is the 64th
No,
day of January.
I'm trying. I'm trying
Am
to
I
be
correct?
I'm trying to be sincere at this point. So there's no two ways beating around the bush before Eric will start saying lying against him or whatever. So I won't be inviting
But
anyone.
my conscience is telling me that Sister Peace can do something. After all, her name goes by Peace. You can just, set up. How many cups of rice do you think you need
can
to
join
prepare?
me. Of course.
Sister Ruth do not
elders-
eat much now, and I don't eat much. Can't you see my structure?
It's Elders Week. So
Sharing is caring.
meet me in the
remember.
hall, then we'll talk more about it.
Can you hear that, Sister Peace?
Meet me more in the hall. We'll talk
Sister
about
Peace, can you
it.
hear yourself?
I'm saying
I
the
should
truth.
meet you in the hall.
Yeah.
All right, we thank the Father for what Sister Peace has said. Do you know whether if you had prepared that wonderful jollof rice, would have laid hands on you, and this your under the weather behavior would have left you?
Don't worry, just meet me in the hall. We'll know how to sort that out.
All right, yes, welcome again once again to Morning Star Breakfast Show, and today we have a very wonderful and exciting topic. We told you that we'll be doing reality checks and check all the things that seems not to be balanced and try to see if we can balance it, because today the topic we have for you is a very wonderful topic. Now we'll be looking at relationship, love, and age. We're going to mix the three of them together and see how we can balance it. Over times, we've noticed that in a family, for a man and a woman to come together, it is mostly advisable that the man should be older than the woman so that he can be able to receive the actual respect he wants from his wife. But permit me, some other conditions might come in. He might not be financially buoyant as his wife, so technically he might not get the due respect he wants, because it is said the man is supposed to provide for the family. But whereas the man cannot provide for his family, some things might go wrong. That's the first aspect. The next aspect is this: is it very good and wonderful for a man to be under a woman, in the sense that the woman is older than him by maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and the man wants to be the head of the family where the woman is older than him? Beloved brethren, this is a very wonderful topic. But it is said that if a man can take care of a woman, irrespective of the age that the man is, it is free and fair for the man to be in a relationship with a woman. But I know my ladies here on set, they might have contrary opinion to if it is right for a man who is younger than the woman to be the head of the family. Wow. Let's get a very wonderful discussion amongst ourselves. I know Sister Peace is under the weather, but that will not stop you from talking. But don't worry, I'll leave you for later. So I'll love Sister Ruth to start first. Sister Ruth, let me go straight to you now.
Please, we are live on Facebook also.
Yes, we are live on Facebook, so you have to join this conversation, and YouTube. And our phone line is also open, and the number is displayed on our screen. Join us and give us your own thoughts as we discuss holistically. We don't have anything to keep in the cupboard, so we want to be plain and real on this set. So Sister Ruth, definitely Father will grant us marriages, and I believe your marriage is coming soonest. I need to buy
February
the wrapper.
15.
Your own is coming first.
No, February 15.
All right, so Sister Ruth, would you be happy in a marriage whereby you are older than your husband? How would you see it? Would you be able to give him the same respect that you're supposed to give your husband if he was older than you? Provided the Bible has said the man is the head of the family as Christ is the head of the church. What would you do if you found yourself in that scenario? Let me put it in this other way. Maybe the husband you were supposed to marry did not actually tell you his real age, and then get into the marriage, you get to find out that maybe you're 10 times older than the man. How will you feel?
Go ahead. Okay, to start with, I'd like to start with meeting someone older than.
Okay.
Yes, I would have to give consent. I would have to let it happen. Give consent. Say yes before we start up anything. We start up courtship, and before then, it is advised that we it is advised that we court first, right?
Yes, yes.
So during that courtship, during that period where we are just friends, I think that's the period I'll use to know everything I need to know. I'll do my personal investigation, whether I come to you or not. These investigations are going on. I would know your age. That I would have to ask. I would want to know your age, your family background, and everything. And now when I come to you, mention your age. If I don't want to feel bad, I would withdraw quietly, because seriously, I have a thing for underage. You know, I don't know, some people may say yes, but when I watch it in movie, yeah, they say age is just a number. Yeah, but I also know my gender. I know how wild we can be sometimes. You know, imagine a woman being the head of the family. Not like the head of the not like the
technical head of the family.
Yes, imagine a woman being older than the man, and then God blesses her with finance again. So she is the one
automatically.
Taking care of the family. You as a man, you will not have a say. You know, you will not have a
you
say.
become a puppet.
They are paying a goose price.
Exactly. You wouldn't have a say, except she has a fear of God in her. But if even if she has a fear of God and she's keeping some set of friends, forget it. You're going to turn to a maid in the house. Yes, she will you would be the one doing the laundry, you'll be the one in the kitchen, you'll be the one arranging everything,
washing everything
in the house. Now this is not decided by her. Maybe her friends already knows that she is the one God is using to take care of. I have seen cases like that. I am telling you, I've seen cases like that, and these people, not so close, but in a way close. And you see the way this woman talks to the man, even in the public. Wow. So that is a no-no for me. From that now, I would have zero tolerance for underage. Yes, because I wouldn't want a man being talked to in that way. Like, you bruise the man's ego automatically. A man would see a man and will be like, oh no, how did you get to this level? A man is supposed to be the head,
and
not detailed, just as the Christ is the head of the church. But in this aspect, God has blessed this woman, not just financially, and she is older. So what do you expect? You don't expect her to be submissive to you. Why do you want her to? Actually, sometimes, in most cases, like I have even seen here in our kingdom, where God blessed a woman first, and she was very, very submissive. Then I also saw another one, like, you know, I saw this, and years later I saw this, you know.
You have to try measuring up.
Yes. If this topic did not come out now, I would bring it out, but I just watch and keep shut, like zip my mouth. Oh, wow, this is actually happening. And you know, you see beautiful pictures online. You start tapping. It's not everything you have to tap, actually. Yeah, it's not everything you tap. I tap. You not tap because you have no idea what these people are going through. Yes, except you happen to be around them. I'm not close to them, but I have been several in a place, like in an open place. If you do it inside your house, I don't come there, so I will not see it. But in an open place where the woman will talk, you don't bridle your tongue in, even when you know you are outside. You speak carelessly, and the man will just have to keep quiet, because why not? You understand? Even if he wants to talk, he will have to keep quiet, because if he says anything, it thinks maybe she would still use money to cover up or slap him or do something. So for me, it's a no-no. That's my own opinion. We are all entitled to our opinion. Some sisters here would be like, age is just a number. There is no problem. Just pray that age is just a number. God blesses the person too with his spirit of God in her. That's the only thing that will make you have peace, and will not give the sister extra shoulder pads that she is the one fending for the entire family, and so she has the final say, and she does the things, anything she wants. The man will not even decide again. You know, I don't know if I've been able to answer your question.
Yes, technically, Sister Ruth. Let's leave relationship now. Relationship also can be found in the firms, either working organization. Now, let me say, for example, a man is the head of a company, and most of his workers, his closest workers or managerial staffs, are older than him. Understand, in that scenario, you have to still answer yes, sir, to this particular person. So can't it be applicable in marriage? Just a piece. What do you think?
Okay, first of all, let me just learn
Alright.
from the relationship. Let me say something about it. I remember while growing up, I don't know whether I told you something like that. Like, while growing up, yes, there's this friend of mine, although he's married now. So, he actually, I'm sorry, but I have to bring this,
Yeah.
you have to manage my voice. He's actually, if you see him, he looks so mature, so grown up and everything. So one day it happened that he asked me out. We could be friends. And then, I don't know what happened. I asked him, how old are you? Yeah, and he was like, okay, he was born the same month with me. He happened to be born 15th of June. And then he had to mention the exact year which I was born. So this happens that we are of the same age.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, you have the same age with me. How am I going to be able to submit to you? And me, I'm like, I am always this kind of person that it takes, you have to be mature to be able to handle someone like me. And I believe that someone at my age will still be thinking the way I think. We'll still manage things the way I manage, you understand? But then, if you are using for my dad and my mom, my dad is 10 times older than my mom. And I believe that if anyone is able to manage my stubbornness or the way I behave sometimes, that person has to be not just matured in attitude or character. The person has to be matured in age as well, because that's when I believe that, oh, you are matured enough even to know where I'm driving to, or to understand me better than when I don't even understand myself. So that's a little scenario I'm trying to coin out from. And then over time, I'm sorry, but then being a friend to someone that is of my age, I'll be like, no. Or even thinking of marrying someone of my age, I'll be like, I might not be able to, or the person might not be, not even the submitting aspect. But imagine I'm talking to you, you're a man, men loves respect, and you'll be like, why are you talking to me like that? Why are you insulting me? And then I'll go back to check, we are the same age. You understand that point? So, but I'm coming to my mindset at some point had to change towards that. So you were asking a question that in an office where you're working, and then no matter how old or younger the manager or the director of the company is, then people will always answer yes, sir. So why is it not applicable to marriage? So I would like to start by saying that in marriage, a whole lot of things comes to play. You know the person so well, like when I mean so well, physically, spiritually, you know the person's weakest point, you know everything. I know couples who understand what I'm saying, you know the person, everything. So at that point, you become like a sister. And when you become like a sister, so at some point you see the women airing out their view, saying the things, they don't really measure up to that point that even when the guy is older than them, they don't really measure up to that point that, oh, this guy is older than me, or this man is older than me. They play on that platform of, oh,
neutral
you understand,
point.
neutral point, neutrality. But in a company, you know your salary is at stake. If you do anyhow, you know, say your boss will not pay you for that year. Let's leave that month, thank you. So let's leave that aspect apart. And then we know that in a company, this person might be more wiser or has the developmental techniques that is needed to make this work grow. And this is a person that you are working on, and you have to submit to this person. But when it comes to marriage, I think that's a whole different ballgame. The father even said it, marriage is a school that you can never graduate from. It takes only a woman who feels that she cannot submit to a man. Remember, you said something. You said that no matter how young a man is, as long as that man is capable of taking care of a woman, their age differences does not come in. You have to know that this is a man. He is a figure of respect. He is a figure of honor. There is so much attached to that male figure. I'm not saying that tomorrow I would enjoy marrying someone quite younger, because me as a person, I'm not like, no matter how rich the person is, it's not all about the money, you understand? So it's not all about maybe, not all about the money. But I feel like in marriage, if a girl, you know you are a girl, your responsibility is to submit to that man. It doesn't matter whether that man is too young, or you are older than the man, or you're financially, okay, in the first place, why did you marry the man when you knew that that man is older than you? Did you consider a lot of
Older,
things?
younger.
Or when the man is younger than you? Thank you. Did you consider the factors that might rise up while growing in the marriage? Remember, marriage is a university you can never graduate from. Some people end up marrying people because, oh, he's handsome, or I love his childishness. Maybe in every man there is a child in him. Maybe I love his childishness at that point, or I love his prayer warrior, or he makes me feel good, and all of that. There are many scenarios to it why people marry. But then, do you think of what will come in while you are growing in the marriage? Apart from death separating you, nothing else should separate you in marriage. Divorce is not an answer. So when you consider all those factors and you still decide to marry this man despite the fact that he is younger than you, that means you should be ready for everything. The same way you would respect your boss in the office who is more younger than you. That's the same way you should respect your husband. That's how I feel. Let's take a scenario where the woman is the ends, like the woman, yes, is a great financial contributor in the family, and now maybe this man does not really have. I've seen a scenario like that. This woman is down to the core in terms of respect. Give this man the respect he deserves. You'll never see this woman quarreling with the husband in front of the children. That's the same way it should be when you're talking about marriage. When you're talking about maybe the man is kind of younger than you as the woman. Because for me, once you have marriage is an agreement, it's a mutual agreement or consent between two people. From the fact that you have agreed to marry this person, that means you should agree everything. You understand? Sometimes girls, that's why my mom will always tell me that while you're growing up, like at this point, you should know that there are friends you shouldn't keep again. If you know that this set of persons are persons who cannot contribute in a good advice or contribute towards building you as a person, you don't keep it. The same thing goes to a married woman out there. If you are staying or having this set of friends who do not really advise you conducively, why would you keep such a person? You call yourself a Christian woman and then you don't respect your husband. There are a lot of persons, the age is just a limit, a number. Yes, I won't argue with that fact, especially when sincere or true love is involved. I won't argue with it. But for me, I believe that the same respect you will give to your boss who is younger than you, that same respect should come to your husband. Remember, no one forced you into the marriage except someone forced you. But if you knew you fell in love with that person, and
some of these marriages, I think motivational speakers, lure them into it.
Yes, especially coming to tell someone age is just a number. Then that's tomorrow now that person happens to find someone whom she feels her heart is yearning for, or her heart goes for the person. You see that person melting to that point. And so I'm forgetting that maybe you as a woman, you are stubborn, maybe this natural kind of stubbornness, and then there's so much, like every time I would say that as a woman, you must be able to list down what you would want from a man. That would give you a better understanding of what you want. If you know that you want to marry someone quite younger than you, then you should be ready for or ready to give that person that total respect that person's needs. Because by the time I'm going to imagine I'm older than Eric, then I happens to marry Eric, and I don't
and not
desire
just that,
to
and
respect
Eric happens
him.
to be the last born.
Okay, happens to be the last born. Wait, I can't even
last born.
Yes.
So he's not just young.
Yes, he has that childish kind of. So if I'm deciding to marry Eric, I'm just saying it. If I'm deciding to marry Eric, that means I should decide to give him my respect. Tomorrow he might not be wealthy again. Yes, and to endure. Tomorrow he might not be wealthy again. Tomorrow he might not. Okay, I've seen scenarios where this man, maybe you married him because he was so handsome. Tomorrow he had an accident. He can't walk again. Or maybe that face was battered. I'm sorry, I'm just using a scenario. Or that face was battered. Or you married him because he does not have money. And maybe he had money then, and today he does not have the money. Would you leave the marriage because what?
It's for better
for worse. So that's if I'm coming to you, or if I'm having a courtship with you, and then I happen to know that you are older than me, if I can't, I feel that's where it should end. Nothing more should come into play, you understand? But if we pass the stage of courtship and then we advance to marriage, I believe that that you do something that I want to like bring out the true Like me, yes, definitely. That's why
I have something.
I'm coming, please. That's why I said that marriage is like a school you can never graduate from. And of course, if you are marrying someone, you should be able to put in everything. You should be ready for the future circumstances that will come. It's not about now, it's about tomorrow. So if I'm deciding to marry Eric because he's younger than me, maybe he has the qualities I want, though he's young, I should also be ready to know that tomorrow he might act in a way I don't like, or tomorrow he might not be financially capacitated again, or tomorrow he might start, there are things I will see in him that, so that's for me. Don't listen to your friends or anything. So please, you can ask your question.
Okay. The fact that you're using Eric as a case.
No, it can be any other person. He's a man here.
After we leave sets, but it's okay. It's okay.
No, because he's a man here.
No, it's okay. I just like the fact that you're using
Please
Eric.
continue.
Because we also have cinematographers behind the camera. But please choose to use Eric. That's okay.
Maybe it's because he's handsome.
I have a question for you.
Before then,
Yes.
I also
Okay,
have
please.
a question.
Yes.
You have spoken very well. Very, very well.
That depends if it's very, very well to our
Yeah,
audience.
to me, you have spoken very, very well. Yes. So
Like an IT wife.
Yes. Who knows? Maybe plan is
Preparing.
Yeah,
I told you now.
I believe that here in
she's
Brotherhood,
planning something.
no, here in Brotherhood, we have taught everything you need to know, everything. So if you are growing, you have to be matured both spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, everything you can ever think of. So I'm not wrong if I'm able to, say all those things.
Yeah. So you have spoken well. Yeah. First, you talked about marriage. Marrying somebody you would like, even if the person is younger than you, but you have decided because you courted first before accepting.
And you knew the person's age.
Yes, and you knew the person's age. You know very well that you are far older than the person as the woman. You're older than the person, yet you still agreed. You accepted the proposal.
And no one forced you into
forever.
it.
Yeah, to walk down the aisle. With the person now. So what happens now? You accepted the person, right? This is to you, Eric.
No, you can ask me. You can ask me.
No, this is to you. So you have accepted the person. Now, what happens later that in some marriages, this is for better, for worse. Then in some marriages, you start getting to hear things like, if I had known, I wouldn't have married you. If I knew you would be like this. What happens? You courted the person. So what happened later? It is believed that you know this person. You know everything, everything about the person, both the person's soul, everything.
Can you know everything?
So what later what happens when I know we are not married on this set, we are even wrong to say this, but I am saying, please, I want you to engage in this conversation. If you're watching us, know that the phone line is open. We are live on Facebook and of course YouTube, so please join the conversation. Let us know where we are going wrong, because we are not married.
We're not even doing IT, sir.
Yes. So Brother Eric, let me know what happens later that one of them, maybe the sister who is even older than the brother, starts saying, if I had known, I wouldn't have accepted to marry you. If I knew you would be like this, or if it would be like this, my people weren't me, but I didn't listen. Now look, what happens?
Okay, well, it's supposed to do reality check, so I'll try and be very plain and blunt. I think one of those things would be beauty fading off.
Beauty.
Let me go for the physical aspect.
Okay.
Now, if you're marrying somebody, you are way younger than, if it's a woman.
Older than?
No, younger.
Okay.
Like now, I am younger. She's older than me.
Use me.
I knew it.
That was an enlightened.
No, you have to respect her. We're talking about respect.
Yes.
Use me.
No.
Use her, please.
Don't mind me, I'm joking.
All right, so even if there's a connection, yes, it is for better or for worse. Sometimes some marriages, they will just court for 3 months, 6 months. Nowadays, I tell people, most people marry because they are on pressure. Their friends their friend circle, everybody's married. They are the ones left, and they'll be like, I'm the only remnant. So they're looking for any means to make sure that they get married and so on and so forth. So they will not even check the danger in it ahead, understand? So they will start regretting. There's every tendency that if a woman is older than the man, at the point you will see that the man will get to see that she's waxing older, understand? What's going on? The beauty has dropped. Because if a man, wow, we have a caller.
We have a live guy.
Hello, good morning. Peace of the Father and welcome to the show. Yes, good morning and welcome to the show. Please, may we know your name and where you're calling us from? I think. Hello, can you hear us?
Good morning to
Morning.
you, sir.
Yes, please. Yes, we are. You're being heard. Please, may we know your name and where you're calling us from?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
All right. You can go ahead, please.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome to the show.
Okay.
All right, please, may we know your name and where you're calling
He
us
said his
from?
name is Brother Eno Ikwan.
Your views are also quite interesting.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'm also learning from you guys. So,
Please, can you be a bit audible?
Yes, you're far away from your phone. We can barely hear you.
there's a time lag between you and I, so I'm waiting. So that's the one. Let me just flow.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay, the point is, marriage is a sacred union between a man and a woman. And one thing that is very paramount is that the wife, or whoever is the woman, or the wife, the married, must have the capacity to submit. If you know that you cannot submit to a man based on his age, you can back out. Because what is important is that in marriage, between a man and a woman must have the capacity to submit. So age is not a problem. And naturally, women are more advanced mentally. They get mature early than the male. Even if you look at your children at home, you see the boys and the girls mature faster, ask more intelligent questions clearly than the boy. So naturally, women are equipped to be smarter earlier. So therefore, if you are going to be in a marriage between, a man and a woman, then you must have that capacity to submit. Just as a man should have the capacity to love and also sacrifice. So it's a win-win, two-way win-win. So one has to have the capacity to submit, and the other one is capacity to love and sacrifice. So for the woman, I would not say man and a woman are the same as just man. In the spirit realm, man is man. It's just that in the physical, we now become separated into female and male. So when it comes to women that are respected in marriage, based on age, it's always difficult because woman matures faster. Then seeing a younger person, coming in to ask for marriage, already she knows that she's well advanced. And not only mentally, even biologically, the women clock faster than the men. So when it comes to childbearing, for instance, the woman can, the man has a longer time limit to bear children. So a man can have children up to 60, up to 70 years. And a woman has a very short frame. Most times just from puberty to maybe age 35. And it will also be medically discovered or proven by research that a woman after 35 should, as much as possible, not go into having children. The reason is because the endometrium of the woman that comes out and shed itself every month when there is no egg, the same cells fertilize the egg. It sheds itself and she sees the reddish monthly flow, which is menstruation. In the lining of the womb, it's not any blood, it's just the lining of the womb called the endometrium. Now, the endometrium is weaker at puberty and still as it goes towards menopause. So her window is very narrow. So when she goes into marriage and the younger person is here that how prepared are you for children? She is already well advanced to life, and she's going to marry, for instance, at 30. Of course, she's looking for somebody who is mentally mature to also be able to join her to raise children. And then once the woman gets pregnant, it's another entire ball game. Her psychology, everything about her changes. And at that time, you don't need a younger person who is very emotionally unstable as well to be in the same house with all your tantrums, all your excesses. So most times women actually look at all of this. And so when they are entering into a relationship, they are looking for somebody who is mature enough, who has the mental capacity to handle their excesses. Of course, the woman, even if you see a woman at 15 and 16, even a 18-year-old woman can look at a 70-year-old man and look you straight into the eye and tell you and express herself the way and manner she wants. So in marriage, that's that. I don't know your name, sorry, not Ruth, the other one.
Sister P. Smith.
Very well.
Thank you.
Women have this, okay,
Yes, P. Smith.
you have that, talk about when you met a friend and she was at the almost the same age as you and the mentality you had then. Then it's good that you're changing. Yeah, because really some people can be more mature at earlier age. Like some men can be mature at 20, at 30. Some find their maturity even at 50. So you have to, as a woman, you want to look at the maturity enough for you to accommodate and also respect. Because at the end of it all, you cannot have two men in the house, cannot have two heads in the house. If you're made up your mind that you want to settle with a younger person, maybe because the older ones are not coming, and you find love in the younger person, then you should be ready to accept, accept all of what is going to come in. Then looking at the whole parameters that have been put forward, I think women naturally do not want to date younger men just because most times the younger men are not emotionally mature. You can find some men getting mature and even 40. At 10, they are still behaving like children. So a woman who has already gone to 20 is already like a 50-year-old man. So that's a challenge that most times women have why they don't go into. But when you find a man who is mentally mature, because people are different, at 20, and you know that he has the capacity to tolerate your excesses and can manage you and can love and sacrifice, and you guys also raise the issue of finance. That's another thing, because a man must constantly be engineering himself to have value, enough value for the woman to look up and drink from. What is sometimes might not even really be the money, but your ability to constantly re-engineer yourself to be able to meet the needs. Sometimes it's not the financial needs alone. Woman has emotional needs, that's spiritual needs, that's mental needs. Sometimes it comes back from work, broken down, so stressed, needs just a one or two advice from her friend to handle issues. She'll be able to come back to the house and the man is ready to offer her that support, provide a solution to how she can handle her challenges, whether in the marketplace, workplace, or even in the society. So most times, women look at those things, and women are actually very smart. They know when those information are coming in. Just as finances are also very important, the man has to work extra hard. Because they always say that the woman's money is the woman's money, while the man's money is the woman's money. So you have to work extra harder. And when you have a good woman, you also have to pray about it. If you have a good woman, then she should naturally bring support when she knows you don't have. So I think that is some of the points I have on this difficult topic of today, age, marriage, and love. Thank you.
All right, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
I have a question for you. Hello, Ambassador. I know. Is he still?
Hey,
We lost
sorry,
him,
we
right?
lost him. I
So
think.
what was your question? Maybe we can help
if
you
you're
out.
If you're still watching, I have
Yeah.
a question for you. You've spoken well. Thank you so very much for listening to us and coming through for us. So now the question is the same as the question I asked Bro Eric earlier on today.
Okay, I think that's him calling again.
Hello, peace of the Father. Hello.
Okay, I'm hearing the question.
All right, Ambassador.
Okay, the question here is what happens after marriage that some people regret, and say things like, if I had known, I wouldn't have accepted to marry you. If I had known it would be like this. When nobody persuaded you, you on your own accepted because you saw that this person has the quality you want. So what later happens? What makes people change their minds, even though they were already educated, that marriage is for better, for worse, and not a contract?
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I think you are clearer via the YouTube. So, but the phone wasn't so clear for me. So I'm listening to both. So I'm getting more of you.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yes, regret will always come because what we experience most times, the parameters, the various parameters people go into marriage with. Most times you look at the superficiality, you look at the body, you look at the face. Some people can fall in love based on their vision. Some people can fall in love based on nice looks. And you know that as you age, these looks also fade. Sometimes you had an accident, maybe your face changed, and also sometimes regret comes when when the person was in love with you. Perhaps there was a lot of goodies coming in, and then you get into marriage, everything begins to change. So most times that incapacity to accept those changes that we see that people begin to regret. But generally, you don't have to, because regret shouldn't come in, because it's a choice you made, except you made those choices under duress, meaning maybe you were forced into it. But if you did so willingly, it's important that you should take responsibility. And most times, like I said, women are emotionally very unstable. So the woman can like something today, you can see it when they are pregnant. She can ask for jollof rice in 1 minute. In the next 2 hours, she goes to prepare the jollof rice, and you go through the hell to prepare and bring. She changes her mind. She wants coconut rice. So when it comes to marriage, that's why it's important that the man must constantly re-engineer himself to suit how the woman needs you, because the woman is very erratic. She sees things from a very wider dimension. So if you are not fitting into her dimension, she could change her mind and begin to regret. And so a man must be multidimensional. He must be multitasking. You should be able to. That's why you should be versatile for you to succeed with a woman in marriage.
Okay.
So you see women get fed up in marriage and they want to divorce. It's because they have seen. There was one thing Sister Peace was trying to say, and the way she was describing it. But for me, it's syphilis. It's not about knowing the person or knowing the person. It's about syphilis. Marriage is a syphilis school. The thing where people see you finish very quickly.
Sees everything.
Together in the house, you see yourself, sometimes naked. You do everything together. You have become everything that you can see yourself. So syphilis always comes in. That's why you must never allow yourself to be syphilis in a marriage. Constantly re-engineer yourself, so that when it gets to that point, and you should have the capacity, especially the man now, you must have the capacity to absorb. You must be like elastic. You must be elastic. Absorb, because women will stress you, they will strain you, they will emotionally traumatize you, but you must be equipped. That's why you must be mature enough, not just financially. Financially is the least of the things you need to get into marriage. You must be spiritually, physically, emotionally mature enough to be able to accommodate women.
Okay, Christ Ambassador, we are running out of time.
No, please, one more question.
She will disrespect you at 50. It is naturally in them be like that.
Okay.
So women are extraordinarily amazing people, but you must be able to have that capacity to accommodate them so that marriage can constantly be beautiful.
Okay, Christ Ambassador, thank you.
That can always fall out easily.
Thank you so much for that beautiful explanation. But I want to bring your mind back, because sometimes you're now talking about a woman in a state of pregnancy or maybe adapting to hormonal changes, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so let me bring your attention or your consciousness to that of a man. We understand that sometimes during courtship or relationship, or maybe before the marriage or the first 2 years of the marriage, this man was very accommodating, very nice, do not shout, know when to say I'm sorry, and and all of that. But at some point, yes, comes back home early. But at some point, you start seeing. I remember watching my one of this marriage TED Talk, if I'm not wrong. Then the lady was crying in a live TV, not just one lady. She was like, I don't even know the kind of man I'm marrying again. Like, he wasn't like this. I never expected this particular attitude from him. You understand? So you really realize that the man at some point changed. So I want you to really to look at that point, maybe throw 1 or 2 points to it. Why do men change? Just like you have talked about women, for maybe due to hormonal changes and perhaps marriage and pregnancy and all of that, or other changes that might involved. But for a man, what really made him to change?
What makes them change?
Yes, what made them change from being
that
loving, sweet husband that the woman once had to, oh, I don't really understand my husband again. Sometimes it might not even be the handwork of the evil person out there, because that's how people out there attribute it. Sometimes it might not even be friends that is engineering this man to be the way he is right now. So what can you say that must have led to that man's attitude?
Okay, also to add to that, so that you can do justice to all at once. Yeah, mine is the C finish you talked about. Are you saying in marriage, couples should keep secrets? Because you said you have talked about avoiding anything that would bring about C finish. Are you saying that couple, like maybe the sister or the brother, should keep some things to him or
protect herself from her husband?
No, not like protecting. You have some things
some
to
reservation.
share. Yeah, you should have some reservation. Keep some secrets.
Okay. If you the delay is because I'm listening to both the phone and then the YouTube. So please pardon me.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Change is inevitable. And we are human. When it comes to being human, that's one of the challenges you must face, that you will change. Now, in marriage will test you. Marriage is not for the faint-hearted.
Okay.
So before you prepare to go, because it's like they said the wedding ring is a handcuff, and so you choose your prison mate carefully, because both of you are going to be together as prison mates for the rest of your life. So there are certain things, certain characters that most times they are there. That's why when you are going into marriage, even as a woman or a man, because both of us will have to go into it. Now you have to check at the historical background of everybody. People don't pretend for too long. That's why courtship is very important, even though they've changed it down to dating. In the blended family now, there's something we're never capturing before, but we want to begin to capture it now. So during our counseling session, for instance, we want to expose couples to the various dimensions that your spouse can stretch you and cause you to be angry, what can make them get to that break point. They can, become crazy. We want to begin to ask questions in the area of finances. At what point can finances stress your marriage? In the area of infidelity, at what point can infidelity stress your marriage? In various areas, we'll test the couples to see their reaction. Now, courtship gives you that platform to be able to know your spouse, before you are going to get involved. At least for 1 year, or at least for 6 months, or at least for 3 months, you get to know the person, know their family history, know their bloodline, know where she's coming from, know where he's coming from. Because every character that person has, if it's coming from a home where there is always violence, no matter how good and nice it is in the first 1 year, even 2 years, those tendencies has already been inside. can stress them in the future to come. So at most times, people know how to pretend just because they want to get the ring to their finger. So most women can come nice. This is for the men. Most men can come very good, and women are very good at pretending. Men don't pretend for too long because even when you are cheating, a man will be caught very easily. Once the woman begins to cheat in marriage,
I think it's an argument for
you to detect because they are smarter in handling their kind of thing. Am I sitting here?
Yes, you are, sir.
Yeah.
So when it comes to these changes, you must look at the personality and find out their history, find out their family background, where they are coming from. If you are comfortable, then you can decide to go into marriage. Because the changes will naturally come, but let it not come from the things you never expect. Let it come from the humanity. Then that's why I constantly say, with what Sister Ruth just asked, constantly a man should re-engineer himself. There's no point in secret in marriage because it will hurt you the more. Secret will eventually destroy marriage. But constantly, the man, because if you look at the everlasting gospel, Father said that the reason why the woman changed her name to that of the man is because the man becomes a new father. And this is one of the things that in the future we wish to introduce into the present family marriage lesson, where the father of the bride will have to usher the bride to the altar and get there and exchange hands and hands over. That's what the wives do. Now, the reason why the father also told us, the reason why the wives are amazing in marriage when they marry one man, one woman, is because they first accepted Christ and then they brought it to us. So we are inside to some of our ancient traditions. So when it comes to that handover, it is very significant. It's very significant because the man becomes the new father. And so, as you treat your children, as you teach them, as you raise them, the woman too should be raised in that manner. So men must be constantly re-engineering themselves and upgrading themselves, not like software. Look at there's virtually no software you found 10 years ago that has not been upgraded. But most men go into marriage and they don't upgrade themselves. They remain there. Sometimes the wife is pursuing her career, she's upgrading, she's doing her master's, she's doing PhD, the husband is just there. No man is getting more advanced mentally. So it gets to a point she outgrows you. Once she outgrows you, she will not, it will be difficult to begin to respect and submit to you. So that's why the man must constantly, like you don't have to rest. If it's books you read, if it's courses you take, if it's training you take, if spiritually, then you ask God for the total gift of the Holy Spirit to help you manage my thoughts. The marriage is not will be tested. And so you need all the grace to be able to go through, then to be happy.
Okay.
So when the children begin to come in, that's another thing. That dimension. Down to touch you further.
Okay.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Christ Ambassador Enoikwen. At this point, I would still like to add that a man constantly re-engineering himself would be tilting to the everlasting gospel, reading it always, because I think that's the only perfect guide to a successful marriage and a perfect marriage. Thank you so much, Christ Ambassador Enoikwen.
Thank you so much, Ambassador.
So
Thank you
back to
very
you,
much.
David Eric. I think you have to summarize no more time.
Sister Ruth and Sister Peace, you've heard it from our brother. Thank God he has given us a guide on it. As I was saying earlier, I believe most times some factors are there that normally affect the marriages. And those kind of marriages, I think physical factors like beauty, money, and so on and so forth will definitely come into affect a marriage whereby the man is younger, because I tend to see those marriages as marriages of benefit and marriages of gain, not marriages of something that's going to come and last. So I will also beg that people should be guided, and there's a particular thing he said that they should at least get courtship of 3 months to 6 months. I don't think it is really possible for you to know somebody under the space of 3 months and 6 months. I think it should be longer than that for you to be able to understand and know.
Like,
I think a year is okay.
it can. The fact is, I feel we are running out of time.
Yeah.
But I feel no matter how long you tend to be close, that's why I started by saying marriage is a school that you can never graduate from. A professor once said,
adjourn this
Yeah,
topic
this
because
course,
we have
yes.
another segment
Yeah.
to attend to.
okay, so at this point we'll be taking a short break because we have sports upcoming next by David Eric. So let's take a short break. And peace. Eunice Smith. I'm still here with Ruth Obu and of course David Eric. Let's take a short break.
Boy, come on, boy, come on, boy, come on, boy, come on, by the rain, if he on, boy, come on, by the rain, if he on, obu.
Andi nyango, andi wamo, andi mawo, andi nyango, all baba for you, all baba yenima, all baba for you, all baba yenima. Andi wamo, ye, andi karo, andi famo, ye, andi nyanga, all baba for you, all baba yenima, all baba for you, all baba yenima.
Boy, come on, 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 by the rain, if he on, boy, come on, by the rain, if he on,
Boy, toro, boy, come, boy, toro, boy, come. Korafo anambeste ekanwo mike mekendinam afo amanam sete yen mike mekendinam afo amanam sufano wo mike mekendinam bodo nyene enyene fiobo bodo nyene tore nyene fio ete.
Boy, come on, 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 by the rain, if he on, boy, come on, by the rain, if he on,
Gini dide se umbanamde, gini dide se umbanamde. Isimi oyo idara, odolum bafondido. Isimi oyo idara, odolum bayene dima. Gini dide se umbanamde, gini dide se umbanamde. Isimi oyo idara, odolum bafondido. Isimi oyo idara, odolum bayene dima.
Boy, come on, 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 by the rain, if he on, boy, come on, by the rain, if he on,
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're still watching Morning Star Breakfast Show, and we are over with the first segment. But we promise to come back to you with a very wonderful guest speaker. I will not reveal the date, but just stay tuned. We're going to come back to you this same month with a very wonderful speaker. All right, now we're moving straight to sports, and I have with me Brother Elijah in the building. Good morning, Brother Elijah, and welcome to the show. Yes, let's go straight to the business of the day. We'll be looking at AFCON. That was what we started with on Tuesday. AFCON is the biggest game played on the surface of African soil, and the biggest stars are in this game to prove themselves that, of a truth, they are the biggest stars. Nigeria took on the host country, Ivory Coast, in a very wonderful and thrilling event, which ended up in favor of Nigeria, and Tross Ekong converted a very wonderful penalty for Nigeria. Ivory Coast knew, and Nigeria won. Equatorial Guinea and Guinea-Bissau are in the same group with Nigeria. Equatorial Guinea got 4 goals past Guinea-Bissau too. So, Brother, let us start with the Nigerian game. How did you see that game overall? Nigeria, Ivory Coast against Nigeria. How was the game?
Yeah, of course, it was a very intense game. You know, the atmosphere. You know, it's not easy playing the host country.
Yes.
You know, you can imagine what the fans, the home country fans, how they will be. You know, so
yeah.
I think Nigeria played under a bit of pressure.
Yes.
But of course, we are the Super Eagles. We always know how to find our way out. Of course, we have very good and experienced players who are playing in top clubs in Europe. So at the end of the day, we thank God that we were able to have all 3 points, because it was very important for us at this stage of the competition. You know, we needed to have that point so that at least we know that, okay, yes, we are a step into the next round of the competition. Well, the Nigerian boys, they did very well. They tried their best. Of course, football is not an easy game.
Yes.
You don't have to underrate anything. And when you're playing against a team like Ivory Coast. You are coming up with a very formidable, strong team. These are teams that they have legacies. They have past experience. And everything comes to play. Of course, we know that this is a great team that has produced so many great players. These are Drogba, Kolo Toure, Toure, a lot of them. So when you are playing against Cote d'Ivoire and in their own country, hosting the AFCON, you know that they are coming up with a very tough side. So I really thank the Nigerian team for the confidence. They were able to secure 3 points with just a goal, and they were able to hold on to the goal till 90 minutes. Of course, it was a good game for us.
All right, let's look at the formation that our coach is using. He came up with a 4-3-3 formation, but when the game started, we saw a line of 5-man defense at the back to shield the Ivory Coast. Is it a very good sense? Because we've seen that the midfield of Nigeria is really, really lacking due to the fact that we had the likes of Ndidi out of the tournament due to injury. The only number 4 they brought in, Yusuf, had an injury in the first game. So we've seen the efficiency of the midfield. Mostly Iwobi have not been able to give us the impact from connecting from the defense line to the attack. What do you think about Nigerian's midfield?
Of course, well, I would think he made a good decision. Looking at them, when you come into the game, of course, you see how the game is playing out to be. So I think the coach was able to spot notice something immediately and has to switch formation so that we will not be able to consider, at least so that the back line can be shielded. Like you've said, Nigerian midfield is suffering now. And Iwobi is not a player who plays a deep role to be able to connect between the defenders and the midfield and coming down to be getting those balls. Something Ndidi would do. So you don't expect Iwobi to play like Ndidi, of course. He will only try his best. So I think the coach switching to 5-man, I think it was the best option for us so that we can be able to sustain the game and at least try to play the counter attack and see how we can come up victorious. All
right, Equatorial Guinea took on Guinea-Bissau, and we have the first hat-trick scorer of this tournament, Emilio Nsu, that he has gotten a hat-trick of this tournament. Do you think Equatorial Guinea will be a pain in the neck for Ivory Coast? Because this is the game of, I would say, life and death. That would be a game of life and death. Because definitely, if Equatorial Guinea gets a draw, Ivory Coast is off.
That is one thing the Ivory Coast team was trying to avoid. They know they are coming up. Their last match is going to be a tough one for them. And they already have 3 points. So they really needed a win against Nigeria, at least to know that okay, they have at least secured a spot. So they were so disappointed yesterday. They were not able. At least even a draw would have been favorable to them. So Equatorial Guinea they are playing very well. They have good style of football. They have good play. I think they were lacking some things against Nigerian side. They don't have this finishing. And they are trying to, and they are very good, of course. So it's going to be a very tough match for Ivory Coast. But I think being the host country, I think they will try to do their best to come up with a win. And if they can get a win, I think they will be able to qualify for the next stage.
All right, over to the next group, Egypt against Ghana. This was one of the greatest matches on the tournament yesterday. Everybody had to view this match. This match was wonderful. It all ended up 2-2, and Mo Salah is technically out with an injury. We are yet to find out if the injury is out of the tournament. This is Egypt, who were banking on Salah, and when Salah left, they did wonders. Do you think Salah was holding them captive because they want to play the ball onto Salah? But when Salah left, they had to show that Egypt is Egypt.
I know. I think most times I try to consider those things. Having a star player in your team, like in the national team, Mo Salah is a very good player, which a lot of his teammates are looking up to him. So having a player like that in the squad, everybody believes that, once you play the ball to Salah, you'll be able to do something and create chances for us, So when we get the ball, let's try to focus our attention on Salah and try to see how we can passing the balls to him, give him more of the balls, But sometimes we don't understand that, okay, look, there are some players who have this ability. Yes, you have these star players too, but if we tend to focus your attention on one player, you will give the other team an edge because they will know, okay, everybody wants to play to Salah. So once they know that, okay, once they hold Salah captive, it's all over for the team. They will find it difficult to score. But we saw yesterday without Salah, they were able to, play. And there was a goal they scored and it was cancelled.
Yes, if not, they would have won the game.
They would have won the game. But I really think, I don't really think that game was an offside. That goal was offside because the player that got the ball was clearly onside. The one who made the move first was offside. So I don't know how the officials decided to decide that one, but it's fine. They come up.
All right, Mohamed Kudus scored 2 wonderful goals for Ghana. This was the same Ghana team that suffered a very huge loss against Cape de Verde. Cape de Verde have gone on to hunt Ghana twice in the previous Nations Cup, and again this Nations Cup they have won Ghana with the full squad. The second goal, when it was scored by Egypt, Ghana were so frustrated. Defensive error. Ghana were playing. Both of them were playing on the counter attack and want to hurt each other. But we saw that Ghana had to lose it during the defensive aspect. Ghana has a lot of stars, likes of Iñaki Williams. They have so much. So what is going on with this Ghana team that they have not been able to blame?
You know, you see, playing in the having a lot of stars who play outside football. When you're coming back to the national team, you know that yes, this is a team that is only maybe once in a while during World Cup qualifications, Nations Cup qualification, or international friendlies. So that's when this team comes up to train together. You know, apart from now, these players train individually with their different clubs. You know, so it's something that they really need time, of course, but the experience comes into play. You know, because they'll try to use their experience and see how they can gel the team together. And a player like Mohamed Kudus, you know, he's a very good player, and he has stepped up to show that, of course, he's playing in a big scene here in Europe and he's delivering for his country.
All right, let's look at the next game. Cape de Verde against Mozambique. This is a very wonderful game. Mozambique gave a very wonderful performance against Egypt, and they would have gotten a win not until the penalty was decided in the 95 minutes, and Mo Salah had to convert that wonderful penalty and made them not to win that game. They had a draw. Do you think Cape de Verde will be able to take on Mozambique and possibly be the winners of this group? Anything is possible.
Of course,
this is football. So what do you think?
We can be surprised that Cape de Verde is doing very well against big teams, Ghana and Egypt.
Yeah.
But we can be so surprised that when they come up against Mozambique, you know,
their fellow pair,
they could end up losing the match or even getting a draw. That's football for you. So anything can happen. It's unpredictable. But we wish all the teams.
So what would you think? Imagine Cape de Verde and Mozambique qualifying for the next round against the likes of Ghana and Egypt. It's very possible.
It's possible. You know, everybody, like I used to say, everybody steps up. All the teams have stepped up their game. Everybody's playing. Football is no longer the way it used to be. That when a small team goes on to play a big team, we always know that definitely the big team will win. Things have changed now. You know, these small teams are bringing coaches, recruit players, try to see how they can play together, and they are all doing very well. You know, so when you are coming up against any team in football now, you know that you are playing a strong opponent, despite how the team is, which division they are. But so anything is possible. It will not be a surprise if the Cape de Verde and Mozambique qualifies for the next round.
All right, another star game is Senegal Cameroon. Onana finally back in the starting lineup. Adebayo said that Onana did not sacrifice enough for Cameroon. That is why he was not made up. And he was not able to start for the first game. Senegal Cameroon. What do you think about this game? Cameroon struggled in the first game. They had a draw. And Senegal won their game 3-0 as the champion that they are. So do you think Senegal will just cruise past Cameroon today?
Well, I don't really think they will cruise past Cameroon. Of course, when two giants meet, they will try to give their best. But I'll still give it to Senegal because they are really playing good football. They're playing good football. It really shows that they are the defending champions.
Yes.
They are coming in and they are playing well. So I'll still give the game to Senegal.
So definitely we're hoping that Senegal will get a very whooping 6 points. And possibly Cameroon might be eliminated from the tournament because Guinea-Bissau will be taking on Gambia. How do you see that is the last game for today? Guinea-Bissau against Gambia. What do you think about that game?
Well, it's Guinea-Bissau. You know, that's one thing that really surprises me. That team, you know, the way they play, the way they have stepped up their game, everybody's playing. They may not really have these star players who are playing outside the country and making shots in the Euro, but they are having good players who are able to play together, understand themselves, and know what they are aiming for. And of course, everything that came into the AFCON came to win the competition. Nobody came to follow anybody. So I don't know how the game is going to be, but I know it's going to be a tough game.
All right, we're hoping for wonderful, fierce games and entertaining game today. So before we sign on, let's look at what took place on the European scene, and we're going to treat one game. This game is a game between Atletico Madrid, the Copa del Rey. They said it was a revenge. Real Madrid lost to Atletico Madrid 4-2, a revenge. What do you think about this game? A revenge.
Yeah, I really see the Atletico Madrid team coming up to play football. You know, I mean, this is the Atletico Madrid team we used to know.
Yeah.
You know, are stepping up. Antonio Griezmann, Morata, they all registered their names in the score sheet, and winning a team like Real Madrid, of course, you know. Who just won the Super Cup. The Super Cup, you know. It's quite surprising, but it's football. But Atletico Madrid, I think they played good football. That is why they were able to win. So, of course, kudos to Atletico Madrid for that win.
All right, thank you so much, our wonderful and exciting viewers, for joining us today in Morning Star Breakfast Show. The AFCON is the biggest game on the continent, so do well to watch all the games, all the exciting stars who has come all the way from Europe and all over the world to come and represent their countries, Africa. I was going through a very good write-up which says that if all the African players who are playing in Europe come down to play for Africa, Africa will be a very great continent, and definitely they'll be hoping to win the next World Cup. But unfortunately, most of our players are playing for other countries where they find it very pleasing for them to play for. But it's very nice and wonderful for you to be able to trace back your homeland irrespective of anything and come back and play for your home country. Thank God Nigeria won yesterday, and we're hoping to cruise past as leaders of the tournament so that we will not be able to face tougher opponents. We might not be able to face a very strong opponent, so we need to be leaders of that group. All right, this is where we draw the curtains close for this week Morning Star until we come your way next week. I am David Eric. Have a very blessed and wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Television, God.